people to see where you're at and where you're going. But I feel real good about where I'm going. Check it out. Oh, there's a shakedown in my town. Said I cannot make it. Come a long ways from faking it. It's in my blood, yeah. That gonna crucify me for being a believer. Sometimes I see what they see. See, they don't believe. They don't believe. They're gonna see. They're gonna see that I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready, ready, ready. So get ready, get ready, get ready, ready, ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready, ready, ready. So get ready, get ready, get ready, ready, ready. You look so surprised because I am standing. But this is my destiny. It's in my blood, yeah. See, there ain't nobody like me. Somehow I make it easy. Some just don't see what I see. See, they don't believe. They don't believe. No, no. They're gonna see. They're gonna see that I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready, ready, ready. So get ready, get ready, get ready, ready, ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready, ready, ready. So get ready, get ready, get ready, ready, ready. So let me make this understood. You get used to what I'm saying. That gonna crucify me for being a believer. Sometimes I see what they see. They don't believe. They don't believe. They don't believe. They're
Welcome to Entrepreneur Masterclass. I'm your host, Julie Benlevi, and I'm going to teach you just how to build a business to retire with. We're just going to give it a few minutes for everyone to join. I'm so excited to see you guys tonight. I am so excited. I've read all of your guest profiles before the class if you filled them out, and I am just thrilled to be on this journey with you guys. Lisa, Patricia, Regina, welcome to the class. Laura, Karen, I see so many of you here. We're just going to give it another minute or so. Welcome, everybody. I'm joining you from New York. I know you're all around the country. Hi, Karen. Great to see you guys. I'm so excited that you're joining me for today's class, and I'm really eager to share everything that I know about making money and building businesses with you. So welcome, everyone. We have about 100 people who signed up from across the country, and we're joining us for this live masterclass. This is not a pre-recorded class. We're totally and completely live. And this is my almost birthday class as well, because tomorrow is my birthday. So I plan on having a few cocktails after this class tonight. So we'll just give it a few more minutes for everyone to join. If you're just arriving, I'm Julie Benlevi, your host of Entrepreneur Masterclass. Thank you, Lisa. And I'm going to teach you just how to build a business to retire with. Thank you, Karen. So why is this going to be an exciting class? Because I'm going to teach you guys how to make money from home as soon as possible. Hundreds to thousands of dollars monthly. And if you're open to it and can wrap your heads around the idea later on, I can even teach you how I made millions of dollars from my own one little business idea. Thank you, everybody. I'm seeing all the comments come in on the side. Thanks for the birthday wishes. So I know the idea of selling your company or, having a company worth millions of dollars isn't something that you can wrap your heads around at the moment. It's a bit of a stretch, but there are people everywhere making money. Am I right? People are making money everywhere. So we know it's not impossible. It's entirely possible for some people. So the question is, why shouldn't you be one of those people? Wouldn't you agree that other people are making lots of money? So the question really is, why aren't you one of those people? And how do we make you one of those people as soon as possible? So the truth be told is that I'm really no different than any of you, but I've done it. I've sold my company for a lot of money. I've built many companies for millions of dollars. So what's really the difference between us? Yes, especially now. Correct, Lisa. So what's the difference between us? So I'll tell you what it is. Here's the only difference. It's really simple. I know how to do it, and you guys don't yet. But I'd like to tell you what the ingredients are, so to speak, so you can put them all together. And I like to make the analogy, bake your own cake, drive your own car. And by bake your own cake, I mean make money and build a business to retire with. How's that sound so far? Good? All right, so it looks like we've got everyone here. So I am officially starting this class. If you've just joined us in the last minute or so, I'm your host of Entrepreneur Masterclass, Julie Benlevi, and I'm going to teach you how to build a business to retire with. A business that makes you monthly income of hundreds to thousands of dollars and does so while you're sleeping at 2 o'clock in the morning. How does that sound? I'm a serial entrepreneur and an investor, a tech investor, and I've built, launched, or marketed hundreds of businesses for thousands of people. And I've created businesses that have generated and or sold for millions for myself and other people. And today it's your turn. I'm going to teach you how you can make money for yourselves and with your own businesses. So I know this may seem like a stretch for some of you. You can't wrap your heads around how to get from where you are right now to making money from your own business every month. Or maybe you have your own business every month, but you're not quite where you want to be. But that's going to be the first step in this process, is believing that you can do this. Number one, don't be your own obstacle. Do you question whether or not you get in your car every day and drive it somewhere? No, because you learned how to do it. It's not even a question. You get in your car and you just drive. So now you just drive without even thinking about it. And a car is a pretty complex vehicle, right? So it may have seemed really daunting at one point when you were 16 or 17 or later on in life to learn how to drive a car, but you did it. And now it's not even something that you think about. So building a business to retire with and making money from home is really no different than driving a car. Once you learn how to do it, you just drive. And as a side note, if some of you don't drive, you'll agree that there are lots of people around you driving. So you get my point. It's entirely possible to make money for yourselves. You just need to learn how to drive the car. It's as simple as that. Are you guys with me? How does that sound so far? You guys want to learn how to drive the car, build your own businesses? Awesome. Thanks, Lisa. So earnings disclaimer, you're not going to make millions of dollars today. At first, when I started, I just wanted to cover some bills. So I started out of my studio apartment with a laptop computer and a cell phone with my one little idea. And my one little idea turned into thousands of dollars a month of income. And I wound up selling it in a 7-figure, multi-million-dollar bidding war between some of the world's largest media companies, just for my one little idea. One day I was unemployed, and a few months later I was making $10,000 per month. Then it went up to $20,000 per month, then $30,000 per month, and it kept growing. True story. By the end of this webinar, I'm going to teach you how to do the exact same thing. I'm going to give you that recipe. I'm going to show you guys how to drive that car. How does that sound so far? So I'm a big fan. I'm reading the chat. You guys are funny. I'm a big fan of the idea that you guys can do anything that you put your minds to. You just have to make the decision to do it. That's it. It's a simple yes or no question. Do you want to learn how to build a business to retire with and learn how to make money? Yes, 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 yes. Does anyone have any other answer other than yes? Let me know in the chat. If your answer is yes, which I know it is, great. I'm going to teach you. Now, I know you could probably say, of course, I want to make money. I always wanted to make money, but I can't because fill in the blank, right? There are always reasons why you can't. And I've read all of your guest profiles if you filled them out. And you know what? Your reasons just make me want to help you even more. You're either an existing business owner or you'd like to start your own business. Some of you are in pivotal, I always hate that word, moments in your life. You feel stuck. You want to start living life differently. All of you want to make money and have financial freedom to take care of yourselves and possibly take care of your families and your loved ones. And I'm going to teach you all how to get from where you are right now to a much more exciting place where you can learn how to make money and you can learn how to build your business to retire with. Yes, I get it. Tired of struggle. I am worthy. Exactly. You're right on target. Thank you. So side note about me, if it makes you feel any better, decades ago, I was a girl with panic attacks. And to this day, I still suffer from anxiety. I just do, and I'm not proud of it, but I think it's just the way that I'm wired. Just am. It's just who I am. And I know that I am. So I meditate every day. I exercise regularly, a lot, actually. I actually ran 250 miles for my 50th birthday because I'm crazy. But, it's how I manage my anxiety and my stress sometimes. When I first started out in my early 20s, I was working for a marketing company and I was petrified to share my creative ideas with my colleagues during meetings. I would have full-on panic attacks at the idea of presenting my ideas to teams for whatever reason. Now look at me, I'm in front of a crowd of 100 people and I speak to thousands. I think I just really lacked confidence at the time. Now you obviously can't get me to shut up about my ideas, but back then I was like, I could be hiding under the table, no joke. Thank you, Karen. Yes, thank you. 250 miles. I actually, at the time, got fired from a job because I could never speak up. I started my own business. Now, imagine how scary that was for a girl like me who's having panic attacks to have to go out and find my own clients, present to them, get them to hire me, to spend money with me when I had no confidence and I was in panic central. I was totally overwhelmed, but I did it. And fast forward a few years later, and somehow I'm selling my company for millions of dollars. Completely true story. I started an online magazine out of my New York City apartment, and I managed to turn it into a multi-million-dollar business. And I'll tell you more about that in a bit. But it took me years to learn how to do that. And I've been doing the same thing for myself and others for the past few decades. Now, right now, I want to teach you how you can build your businesses, make money for yourselves, and even have a business to retire with. Who's on board? So before we continue, I want to just share I want to dispel a few things that you guys might be thinking. Okay, so number one, people think that they can't start a business if they don't have any money. And the truth is, I started my business years ago, like without a pot to piss in, excuse my French. I had no money whatsoever. So it doesn't matter if you have any money to start or grow a business. Number two, it doesn't matter if you have any previous experience to start or grow a business. You don't need a business degree. You could have never started a business at all and still start a business today. And number three, it doesn't matter what your age or circumstances are to grow a business. I have people that I talk to all day long. They're like, oh, I'm 70. I can't start a business. Nonsense. Oh, I'm in a wheelchair. I can't start a business. Nonsense. Whomever you are, wherever you are, whatever your circumstances are, whatever your age is, you can start a business to retire with. And there are no limitations other than this right here, everything that's up in your mind. So none of that matters. If you're worried about any of those things from keeping you from success, throw them all out the window right now. Today's class is about 90 minutes. And during these 90 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to build a business to retire with, so you can learn how to make money as soon as possible and in the future. And not only that, but we're going to get your new businesses up and running in as little as 14 days. How does that sound? So, does that sound good for everybody so far? Karen, Laura, you guys on board with that? Okay. So as a side note to everyone, if you stay with me until the end of this class, you'll get a surprise from me in your email box. If it's it'll be something I've read through everybody's profile. So it'll be something that I think you need after reviewing your specific guest profile. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure you do so after class. Complete your guest profile. You guys have received emails and text messages with links, so I can send you a surprise via email after this class. Just for staying until the end, you can check any of the previous emails again with a link for that, and we'll drop it in the chat as well in a little while. All right, so this is what success looks like by the end of this class. You go from this person to, I feel like that a lot of the time, just to be saying. You go from this person to, ta-da, this next person, where you're swimming in money. Money's coming in the door. It's rolling into your bank account. I know it sounds like such nonsense, but you know what? It's not, because it happens to people every day. So I want you to feel ready to take a leap of faith in yourself and do something very different than you have before. You begin to build or expand your very own business, a business that makes you money as soon as possible. That's what we're going to do. Austin, how are we doing so far? I'm just going to check in with you. Everyone meet Austin. Austin is hiding out in the background, and I check in with him every now and then to make sure everything's going well.
We are doing very, very well. Hello, Julie. Hello, everyone out there. Thank you so much for joining us today. Just a couple of reminders, everybody. We want to encourage you. If you have any questions, this is the call to ask it on. All right. Take a moment, go down to the bottom of your Zoom window, find that Q&A button, and drop your questions into the Q&A box. We're going to be answering those throughout the entire webinar today. So seriously, any questions at all at any point in time about anything, take a moment, find that Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, drop your questions in that box, and we'll find the time to take care of those.
Awesome. Thank you, Austin. Much appreciated. So great. So let's move on a little bit. So if you guys want to learn anything more about me, you're welcome to go to Entrepreneur Live or visit any of my websites. Austin's going to share some links with you in the chat here, digitalrev.media. Austin, if you could please drop that in the chat for everyone, just so you guys have some background. You don't have to look at it right now, but you can look at it after class. I have made it my mission to help as many women as possible find their confidence and build and grow their businesses, no matter where they are in their lives, no matter where. I've helped tech startups from around the world, as well as major brands like Pharrell Williams, Sephora, Chanel, H&M, JetBlue, American Express, Delta, and more. And I've reached a stage in my life where I want to empower you to become the best possible version of yourself. Actually makes me really happy, and it feels good knowing that I'm teaching other women how to make money and how to build and grow their businesses. So by the end of today's class, you will have a clear path of how that can happen for you, how you can build a business to retire with, and how you can do it with no money, no experience, and no ability, no matter your age or your circumstances. How does that sound? So far, so good. So I see some questions coming in. So am I a media company? I actually run 4 different businesses right now, and I build hundreds of companies for other people. So I have a media company called perpetua-labs.com, which we'll share in the chat shortly. It's a digital strategy agency, and we basically build hundreds of platforms for people. And I have Entrepreneur Masterclass, where I teach women around the world how to start their own businesses, and take everything that I've learned over the past several decades to teach them how to start their businesses. And that starts with everything from incorporation, naming your business, building your website, all the way through investor stages to the end. Like if you want to really go from here to here, it's starting your business, and then it could just be you're just happy having a monthly business that generates money on a monthly basis. Right, exactly. Who doesn't need lots of money? But if you are brave enough and want to take that journey, you can also go to the end where you're raising money from investors and possibly even selling your business for millions of dollars. But I'll share more about that in a little while. So, true or false, most people think they need tens of thousands of dollars to start a business. I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. True or false? Exactly false. Thanks, Lisa. Do not need tens of thousands of dollars to start a business. I'm going to show you how to do it with almost no money at all. Next question. Most people think that they need to have previous experience to run, market, or do anything else, some kind of technical sales experience to run a business. True or false? Totally false. Probably not. Definitely not. You really don't. There are people who start businesses every day with absolutely no experience whatsoever. The list is endless. You do not need any experience at all. You just need to follow a pattern of success, learn how to drive the car, learn how to bake the cake. It's a recipe. And I'm going to show you what that recipe looks like. Next question. Most people think they're limited by their age or circumstances. So people who tell me this, I always say, so let me get this straight. Your current circumstances and your age should forever prevent you from having financial success. That's it. You're dead. Life's over. Life's over if you're 50, you're 60, you're 70, or you're 80. Absolutely not. I know you guys know the answer to that is false or no. You're never too old for anything. Exactly. I don't care how old you are, what your circumstances are. You can build a business of your own anytime. And I'm going to show you how to do it with the recipe. None of those things should prevent you from learning how to build a business to retire with. But I will tell you what you do need. Number one, you need a computer, laptop, desktop computer, any kind of computer. Number two, you need a mobile phone. Have to have a mobile phone. Number three, you just have to make the decision to make it happen. It's a choice. Do I want to do this or do I not want to do this? It's as simple as that. And number four, you just have to learn how it works, which I refer to as the recipe. So let's talk about how you can build a business to retire with no money, no experience, and regardless of your circumstances and your age. I'm going to show you ways you can make money from home now in the future, either as an existing business owner or someone who just wants to start a business from scratch and just is kind of like dabbling with the idea, dancing around with it. So let's dive in. Your first priorities right now: money, 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 getting it in the door, paying your bills, supporting your family, not worrying about being able to do those things, maybe even quitting your job, having a purpose every day. And you want that money to be recurring, meaning it's coming in every month. So you don't have to worry about like, okay, I'm doing this now, but what happens 3 months from now? So you can learn how to start a new business. You can learn how to grow your existing business. Okay, so let's start with new business owners, including people who just want to start their own businesses. selling a product, a service, or anything else. And if you already have your own business, you'll want to pay close attention to some of these things as well, because they still apply to you. So does anyone know what the first thing is that you need to sell a product or service is? It's a super obvious answer. Let us know in the chat if you know what it is. All right, here's the idea. The answer, I just gave it away. It's an idea. You just need an idea. Maybe it's a product, maybe it's a service. It doesn't even need to be a great idea, believe it or not, because some of the most seemingly stupid and ridiculous ideas become multi-million-dollar ideas. Some of my favorite examples on this list. All right, let's chat. These are oldies, but prime examples of how people start dumb shit, excuse my French, and make lots of money from them for a very long time. Retirement kind of stuff. You guys ready to dive in with me? You guys know all of these. I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know already. We have the Pet Rock from 1975. The Pet Rock is a collectible toy made in 1975 by an advertising executive named Gary Dahl. This was a rock. It came in a box as your pet. Dumb idea, right? Who would agree? So dumb. Gary Dahl sold over 1 million pet rocks for $4 each and became a millionaire. That's an utterly dumb $4 million, but utterly successful idea. So dumb, right? Handstands. I love that. 1977, the Chia Pet. I know everybody knows about the Chia Pet. It doesn't matter how old you are. I'm sure you've seen them somewhere. They still sell them everywhere, but they've been around for years. You can buy a Chia Pet of a dog, a cat, a bunny, the president, anything. It's basically a clay pot with a chia plant growing out of it. Let me repeat that. It's a clay pot with a chia plant growing out of it. Now, if I said to you, guess what? I'm going to start this thing. It's just a clay pot with a chia plant coming out of it. Would you guys think that was a good idea? No, you'd think it was an idiotic idea. But you know what? This idiotic idea sells 500 million units every holiday season at $16 a piece. That's $8 million that they make every year. Utterly dumb, but utterly successful. Totally. All right, this next one is one of my favorites. I really love this kid. This is a one of a kind, and I think he's super brilliant. So this kid in England named Alex 2 needed to raise money for his tuition. So his idea was to start $1 million homepage. The $1 million homepage sold tiny little pixels of space to everybody for $1. So he's like, okay, if I can sell tiny little pixels that people can put on my landing page, on my homepage for $1, and if I can sell enough of them, I'm going to raise money for my tuition. It's like 1/8 of an inch of space that he sold on his website. And guess what? He made $1 million from his $1 million homepage. I know, shaking my head, right? It's totally doable. This kid decided he was going to pay for his tuition with his $1 million homepage, and he did. He made $1 million. Last but not least, my daughter's favorites. I have 2 teenagers, Wyeth and Saffron. I know many of you have heard of this. It's the Snuggie. You've seen commercials for it. It's a big blanket with sleeves made out of fleecy fabric. So dumb, but so smart, right? It's a blanket with sleeves. You know how much money they've made since launching in 2008? This is like one of the most brilliant retirement ideas ever. $200 million, as you can already see on my screen. $200 million. So these are 4 really, of course you want a zebra one. These are 4 really dumb but successful ideas. Austin, I'm just going to check in with you really quickly. How's everybody doing so far?
Looks like everybody is doing absolutely great. We've got a lot of engagement in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone. And again, everyone, just a reminder, because I saw a few folks drop it in. If you have a question, please head on over to the Q&A box, drop your questions there, and we'll find the time to take care of you.
Awesome. Thank you, Austin. So more full disclosure, I've asked you to complete your guest profiles, which you've received links for, because I select only 10 new candidates every month to mentor. Can't do everybody. I choose 10 people. So your guest profiles help me understand more about you, who you are, what your circumstances are, so I can better understand if you're someone that I can mentor, somebody that I can help grow, somebody that I can help make money. It does take a certain type of person, even if you know the recipe. You have to be committed to doing it. And I have you fill out those guest profiles so I know that you're committed. I'm looking for 10 candidates who I can help build businesses to retire with. So if you haven't already completed your guest profiles, I encourage you to do so I can better understand you and your business ideas or your existing businesses if you already have them. You don't have to already have a business idea fleshed out to be selected, but I definitely do need to know more about you. So Austin, if you can please drop that guest profile link in the chat. Thank you so much. Perfecto. Okay, so getting back to the idea, how much does your idea cost? Nothing. It's free, right? Those people, the Snuggie, the Pet Rock, the $1 Million Idea webpage, and everything else, those ideas were totally free. They cost nothing at all. But what if you don't have an idea or you need to flesh out your idea? If you're selected as one of my candidates for the Entrepreneur Masterclass mentorship, our team will help guide you and walk you through your business idea in the EM Business Idea Bootcamp, and we'll figure out how to start it with you as your mentors. So like I keep saying, it all starts with just one idea: the Pet Rock, the Chia Pet, the $1 Million website, the Snuggie. This is a boot camp with meetings on Zoom for 3 separate hours per week with a maximum of 10 people. I don't like to crowd these Zoom classes with people because if you have questions, you can't answer them. You can choose to join some or all of these boot camps. It's entirely up to you if you're selected as one of the 10 candidates for the EM. So the dumb but successful ideas that I shared happened a long time ago, but they're still around for decades later from one idea. So they are somebody's retirement. After about 1 or 2 weeks in the EM Business Idea Bootcamp, you'll be ready to go and we'll have full clarity. I'll work with you, my team will work with you on the kind of business that you want to build. And by the end of the Idea Bootcamp, your new business will be packaged up neatly, messaging and all, and ready to go. You'll have a clear statement, mission statement for your business. Okay, so moving on, what's the next thing you need to start or grow business for new business owners? A website. For starters, you cannot be in business if you don't exist online. Every business has to exist online, and that means you need a website with a logo, information about your business, contact information like a phone number and email address, links to your products or services so people can buy your products and services even instantly online. And that is just basic stuff. You can't exist as a business if you plan on making money by selling your products or services at your local town fair. I mean, people actually say they want to sell their products at a fair. That's great. But like, you want to be able to sell products or services to people online instantly, no matter where they are, whether they're near or far, and especially while you're sleeping in the middle of the night. You can sell anything online as long as you give people a way to buy it from you. You can make money while you're sleeping. It's just that simple. You just need to know how to do it. Yes, most of the time you don't even need to make your product before selling it. You can make it after you've already sold it online. So I've actually been running a web design agency, which I mentioned earlier, for the last 5 years or so as one of my companies called Perpetua Labs, and you can find it at perpetua-labs.com. Austin, if you can please drop that link in the chat, that would be great. You guys are more than welcome to take a look at this after class if you'd like to. I've personally designed hundreds of websites and helped countless brands develop their digital media, including websites, marketing, social media, and so much more. And if you're selected as one of my 10 businesses that I'll mentor, my studio and myself will basically design your new website for you in about 14 days, depending on your kind of business. Most businesses can have a website up in like 7 days, depending on what they do. The websites we build for clients typically start at around, and I'm not selling you these websites for this price, but I'm just letting you know that when we're developing for clients, the starting price for them is typically $5,000 to $10,000 and up. for something that looks good, feels powerful, really represents you as a brand, and mostly makes people want to spend money with you, right? Because if you have a shitty website, nobody wants to spend money with you. They don't, you lose your integrity and your ability to convince people that they should spend money with you and shop for your products or services. So if you're serious about building your business or growing your existing one, I encourage you to complete your guest profile if you haven't done so already. 10 candidates this month, that's it. I'm working directly on a one-on-one basis with. If your guest profile makes it through the round of selection, we'll choose a one-on-one Zoom call, a time to connect personally, just the two of us. Like I said, I can't mentor everyone. I wish I could, but it just wouldn't be effective. So 10 of you will get selected this month. And if you get selected this month, we're going to make sure that your website has your name, your logo, incredible imagery, homepage, about page, products and services, contact information, instructions on how to connect your bank account so you can start collecting money immediately in your bank account. We'll also help you set up a business account if you don't have that already. And this will all get done by me and my team. So let's do a little recap. So far, you need an idea, which is free. Maybe the idea bootcamp, which is roughly like a $2,000 value, a website, 10,000 val. So we're talking about $12,000 or so in services outside of this entrepreneur masterclass. Austin, checking in with you again. How's everybody doing? I just like to take a moment to read the chats and see how everybody is. Lisa, you filled it out, but don't have a copy of it. Okay, that's great. I have one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Passive income is the way to go. Yes, it absolutely is. It's called recurring income or subscription-based models where somebody's subscribing and they pay a monthly fee sometimes. I know you guys subscribe to things on your iPhones and your Androids all the time, and you pay $5 a month for something, but that kind of monthly revenue adds up, and it's very similar to how you guys can build your own businesses. So what's next? What else do you need as a new business owner so you can build your businesses to retire with? Dun, 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 customers. That's right. You can have a website, but if you don't have customers, it doesn't mean anything. You have an idea and you have a website and you need customers, people to buy your products or your services. Are you guys feeling a little overwhelmed yet? This is a picture that I like to liken to feeling overwhelmed sometimes. Austin, do you have that next slide? There you go. This is a scary, crazy woman. I feel totally overwhelmed. I don't know what to do with myself because there's this brain overload. I totally get it. This stuff is overwhelming, which is why I want you to submit yourselves as candidates so I can mentor you. But you need to really want it to build or grow your business. Otherwise, I can help you all I want, but it's not going to get anywhere. So make sure you complete your guest profiles using the links that we'll share in the chat again. And please make sure that you complete these profiles after class because you should pay attention in this class because I have so much to share. So what are we going to talk about next? So how do you get customers to buy your products or services? Does anybody know that? How do you get your customers who want to buy your products or services? The answer, other people to promote your products or services. We call them affiliates. You need other people to promote your products or services. Affiliates basically promote your product or services for a percentage of the sale. You can basically provide affiliates with all of the details about your product or service, and they'll promote it for a cut of the sale they drive to you. So affiliates aren't really influencers, so to speak. Sometimes they can be, sometimes they can be YouTubers, sometimes they can be influencers on Instagram, or they can be people with just really big mailing lists. There are ways to find affiliates to engage, and you basically approach them and say, okay, listen, I want you to promote my product, and in exchange, I'm going to give you 50% of everything that's sold. It's a win-win for everybody, especially when you're just starting out as a business. So like I said, sometimes their cut is high. It's around 50 to 60, sometimes even 65%. But the idea is to price your product or service in a way that makes sense to both you and your affiliate partners so that everybody wins. For example, if you're selling something that costs $200 and your affiliate earns 50% of that, is it worth it to you if that means you have hundreds of new customers coming in the door? What do you guys think? Affiliate marketing, in my opinion, I love it, is one of the greatest ways to introduce new customers to your brand. Great. I see we have somebody who's already an affiliate. You never know how many times, once you get an affiliate to drive traffic to your new website where you're selling your product or services, and you capture their information in your mailing list, that's it. You have them for life until they unsubscribe. And these are customers or prospective customers that you can sell to over and over again. So affiliate marketing, one of the best ways to start out as a new business owner or an existing business owner. So let's look at this. If one affiliate partner drove 100 customers your way, and those customers each spent $200, just picking a number, you've just made $20,000, half of which you're giving to your affiliate partner. And that's just one affiliate partner in 1 month. You can have hundreds of affiliate partners. So if you have one affiliate partner who's driven 100 customers to your website, you've sold, $20,000 worth of business. And I think we're on the next slide, but if we do that and multiply it by 10 affiliates, selling a product at $200, you're talking about $200,000 a month in revenue that you can drive, whether you're doing it with one affiliate marketer or partner, or you're doing it with 100 or 10 affiliate marketers. So, do the math on that. You're basically going to go, okay, that's $200,000 in sales per month. I've got to give $100,000 of that to an affiliate partner. Are you really going to care if you have to do that? No, the more the merrier, bring it on. So do you see where I'm going with this? You really don't need to hire full-time salespeople to sell your product. You don't need to hire anyone at all. You just have to follow the recipe. So I'm going to say this again. You have 10 solid affiliate partners each month driving 100 new customers to your business each month, and each customer spent the same $200 on a product or service you're selling. That's $200,000 in sales in just 1 month, half of which you're sharing with an affiliate partner. Now, obviously, it takes some time to ramp up to get 10 solid affiliate partners driving that kind of traffic, but it happens all the time and it's a big business. So let's be conservative and say you only have one affiliate partner driving 100 new customers to your business each month, and each customer spends an average of $200 on your product or service. That's $20,000 in sales in just 1 month, half of which you're giving to your affiliate partner. So you're making $10,000 a month and you're giving $10,000 to your affiliate partner. Now, how much money did you guys say you'd like to make on a monthly basis? You answered this question. Let's take a look at your responses to the guest profile interview. Now, I have to say, I found some of this a little surprising and then not so much. 27% of you said the sky's the limit. 22% of you said you want to earn $20,000 per month. 17% said $10,000 per month. 14% said $50,000 per month. 9% said $5,000 per month. 4% said $1,000 per month. And only 4% of you said $100,000 per month. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Well, actually, I'm going to pause that question. Let's get back to affiliates. So if you have one affiliate partner who's driving thousands of dollars in sales monthly, remember your one affiliate partner could drive $20,000 per month if your product or service costs $200. If you're selected as one of my 10 candidates for the EM mentorship program, my team will cherry pick 10 affiliates for your new or existing business within the first month of your mentorship. Okay, so if you're selected, this is what I'm leading for you. It's not what you'll spend, but it's just how to show you how much things can typically run if you're doing this on your own. So I need you to know that you're going to dedicate your focus and energy to building and growing your business, because it's your business and not my business, and I want to see you succeed. So it's why I need to see that you're super motivated to build or grow your business. The 10 candidates that I'm going to work with this month, I've already selected one who's in this class, are getting selected because I believe they have what it takes to build a business to retire with. Normally, hiring me or my team would look something like this. So again, please submit those guest profiles. Your idea is free. You've got the boot camp. Could be about $2,000, a website, 10,000 easily, affiliate partners, $20,000 value just based off of the revenue in 1 month. That's a $32,000 cost in services to build like this entire digital platform for somebody. Austin, I'm just going to check in with you really quickly. How are we doing?
We're doing really good. We do have a few questions about affiliate partners. I don't know if you want to answer those now or if you want to save them for a little bit later. I think so. Lisa's got a couple of questions. So I think what Lisa wants to know, just understand a little bit more about how the cuts with affiliate partners can work, right? So affiliate, I think she wants to know a little bit more about, where affiliates find their customers, and then, is that cut negotiable, right? Do you have to give 50% to your affiliate partner? How do you manage that aspect of the relationship with your affiliates?
At the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you. The world is filled with influencers, right? When people say to me that they want to do influencer marketing, I'm hesitant because influencers were really hot like 10 years ago. Now everybody's an influencer. Influencers aren't the same as affiliates. So affiliates are really in the business to make money. And you can, of course, cherry pick and select the influencers that you want to work with, the affiliates that you want to work with, but everybody's motivated by money. So it's a constant negotiation. I'm giving you like the worst case scenario at 50%, 60%. That's the worst case scenario. We can negotiate with affiliates to get that price down, but it's a balance, right? So you have to go, where's the sweet spot for me? Is it going to be at 50%? Is it going to be at 35%? Because you also want to make sure that these affiliates are motivated to promote you, right? If they have, 1 million followers on social media and they're going to promote you, and you're going to get this influx of new customers who are spending money with you, you have to decide if it's worth it for you or not to share the proceeds with an affiliate partner. I'm a huge fan of it because you know what? You're just getting started out as a business. So better to have some revenue coming in than nothing. And you're doing this, keep in mind, without spending any money. You're not hiring anybody. You're not going to the bank for a business loan. You're not borrowing money from people to build your business out. You're tapping into people who are affiliates who are here specifically for the purpose of promoting your business so they can make money. So it's really just a question of where's the sweet spot. Some affiliate platforms are 35%, some are 45%, some are 50%. At the end of the day, it's a balancing act. And when we work with you, we select the affiliates, and we also work with you on pricing your product to make sure that this is exciting for you, as well as it being excited for the affiliates. We want everyone to feel like it's a win-win, everyone to feel like they have something to gain from it. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's dive into some of the other questions. I see this is great for people with already established businesses and have numbers. I don't think it's realistic for people just trying to establish a business. Thank you for that question, Lisa. Actually, this is one of the ways where you're going to drive traffic, because unless you have, and you could have, if you have an endless budget of advertising funds that you want to invest in your business and start advertising, you can do that. My goal with women is to teach them how to do it with as little as possible. So I'm giving you the tools on how to drive monthly income without putting yourself out there, without feeling like, geez, I just invested thousands. I hope I'm going to make it back. I want to relieve you of that stress and that burden. One of the best ways to do that, affiliate partners, regardless of whether or not you're a new business or an existing business, you start off the exact same way. I recommend the same thing to both types of business owners, new founders, existing founders, because, and this is a choice, obviously, if you have an existing business and you don't want to give away 50 or 60%, there are other ways to do this. And I'll talk more about that in a bit, but you're driving new customers to your website. So you want to find that sweet spot of how much you want to sell your product for. You want to figure out what that sweet spot is of how much you're going to give as a cut to your affiliate partner, and run the numbers and figure out what that looks like. Is it worth it for you to give 50% away if you're making $20,000 a month? If you're making $200,000 a month, that is a question. And we work individually with each of our candidates in the Entrepreneur Mentorship Program to make those decisions together. But that's a very important question. So thank you for asking that. Any other questions, Austin, before we move on?
No further questions at this time. And just want to remind everyone, if you do have questions, take a moment, drop them in the Q&A box, and we'll answer those throughout the webinar today.
I love it. Ilona said, I want to change my answer to $100,000 per month. I'm going to circle back with you on that one. You'll see. I have comments for everybody on that question. I have a bone to pick with everyone about that question and their answers. All right. So if you're as an existing business, let's get to existing business owners. Everything that we've talked about up until now, Lisa, has been for new founders. You need a website as a new founder. You need your idea, fine-tuned and honed in as a new founder. You need affiliate marketers as a new founder. These are all things, and a website, I think I said that already. These are things, these are no-brainers. Like, you have to line these things up if you're going to be starting a new business as a new founder, meaning you have scratch, zilch, nothing on the table but an idea, and we're going to start to build that together. And if then moving forward, I'm going to start talking about what you need if you have an existing business already. And the first thing I say is you need a website, because most of the websites that we see aren't designed to optimize making money. When people go out and they either design websites themselves or they hire people online to design websites for them, there's website design, and then there's website design with the understanding of how to make money. One is just an art, and the other is a science and a skill of knowing where to put things and how to, what kind of messaging to create. There are formulas for where things go on a mobile device versus where they go on a website. 95% of the websites that we see at Perpetual Labs need to be redesigned because they're ineffective in selling any products or services whatsoever. So if your business is stuck and you can't sell anything, it's most likely because your website is poorly designed. You need to think about where the menu is, what the messaging is, how your website looks on a mobile phone, like I said. I'm going to show some examples to you of what I'm talking about, of people who design their websites without thinking about the mobile experience whatsoever. So let's take a quick look at this. Restaurants are number one, like the most guilty businesses of all time. So let's take a look at this. So look at these. These are 3 screenshots I took on my mobile device of 3 restaurants in my area. Now, I can promise you that these businesses will be stuck for a very long time until they do redo their websites to clean up their mobile experiences in order to get the most, customers and make the most financially. They are leaving money on the table. Who wants to eat at any of these restaurants? Where's the food? Where's the ambiance? Where's the story behind what the restaurant is? And if you can see the food, can you see the website navigation clearly? No, like look at the one on the left-hand side. What does it even say, right? And there's a big sloppy pizza on the cover. Like, things need to be thought about, execution of website design. Yes, correct, Lisa. These are mobile experiences. And you know what? 90% of people or more will look at your website on their mobile device. And people are still designing websites for their laptop and desktop computers. So these are hot messes. Like, if I was working on these clients, these are existing businesses. And if I was working with each of these clients, I would say to number one, I can't see your navigation. All I see is a giant pizza. Tell me why I need to eat at your restaurant. Give me a message on your landing page of my mobile device about why I want to eat at your restaurant. Give me access to your menu or the ability to make reservations instantly. You don't see any of that there. The second one, Smoke and Wolf. Okay, give me more information about Smoke and Wolf. Who are you and what do you do? Why don't I know? Why don't I see anything? It's just a phone number and an email address. These businesses are leaving money on the table because they weren't considered. They just hired people off the interweb to design their websites without thinking about how to make money, right? These are all hot messes. You can't see the food or you can't see the navigation. Every website has a certain recipe of how things are presented in order to maximize sales of products and services. So you will most likely, as an existing business owner, need a website redesign. A solid mobile experience is just one example of the things that need to be considered when you're building a website. So every single element of your website needs to be on point. And I would bet money that your existing website for your existing business, if you already have one, needs to be redone. So let's move right along. What else do you need as an existing business owner? Well, just like just like new founders who just have ideas and don't have businesses yet, you still need other people to promote your products or services. So you still need affiliate partners. So let's recap what those numbers look like for the new business founders, because they're the exact same thing for existing business owners. So if we have one affiliate partner who drove 100 new customers your way, and those customers each spent $20,000, you just made, or $200 rather, you've just made $20,000, half of which you're giving to your affiliate partner. And that's just one affiliate partner. You can have hundreds of affiliate partners. And if you've had 10 solid affiliate partners, each driving 100 new customers on the next slide to your business each month, and each customer spent the same $200 on a product or service you're selling, that's $200,000 in sales per month, half of which you're sharing with your affiliate partner. Now, don't get me wrong, but I don't think there's anyone in this room who's going to complain and go, wow, I just sold $200,000 worth of products or services, and I've got to give $100,000 of that to somebody else so I can keep $100,000 of that for myself because they sent business my way. It's really just how you're going to start off, whether you're a new business owner or an existing business owner. And just as a side note for clarity, I'll be selecting both new business founders and existing business owners as a part of the mentorship program. All right, so let's review where we are so far. For existing businesses, you need a website redesign, without a doubt, and you need affiliate partners, and that's expensive, right? So how do we do this without spending a lot of money? What else do you need as an existing business owner? Anyone know the answer? Social media marketing that costs you nothing. Social media marketing that costs you nothing. But before I continue, I just want to check in. Does anyone have any questions so far? Is everyone clear about everything I'm talking about? Feel free to throw them in the chat. I am keeping watch on everything. So if your first thought about social media is, I don't have money for social media ads, I don't know how to run social media ads, pause that thought right now, because I'm going to teach you how to do it without it costing you anything at all. So I'm going to teach you how to get customers with social media ads for free without it costing you anything at all. Thanks, Patricia. I appreciate it. So how do we do that? So did you know that you can build a customer list off of social media without it costing you $1? And I mean, costing you $1. Hundreds, thousands of interested customers without it costing you any money at all. So let me show you how that works. If you'll notice this is a screenshot from my own website from one of my businesses called Entrepreneur Live, where you guys found us. We offer the Entrepreneur Masterclass Directory, a list of 100 of my best recommendations to build and grow your business. Do you know how much I sell this list for? It's a list of 100 things that I highly recommend so you can be successful for $19. $19, not bad, right? It's pretty cheap. $19 for a list of 100 things. You've just learned about my background and experience. I'm going, here's my master directory of 100 things for $19. Does anybody know why I sell this for $19 on the website? Any answers? Who knows what the answers are? It's because it covers our costs of social media ads. Makes the cost of our social media ads go away. So basically, our ads to acquire new email addresses cost us nothing. Let's say it costs $10 for every new email address that we get from social media. Then you turn around and you offer each person who visits your site something for that same $10. So for example, my list of 100 things, you can sell it for the same $10 or $15 or $20. You've just reimbursed yourself for the cost of that potential customer. So it's free. You pay $10 and you get the $10 back. A potential customer who will live in your email database perpetually until they unsubscribe, if they unsubscribe, and potentially spend with you forever. Does that make sense? I love Lisa's comment. It will cost money to pay you for all of this. Yes, it will. I'm not free, but if I'm teaching you how to build businesses where you're making tens of thousands of dollars every month, and if I'm lucky enough to take you through to the later stages of that and teach you how to raise investment capital and even go, for the $1 million investment or exit, you won't care that you're paying money to learn how to do this and learn the recipe and how to drive the car. So let's say you've spent $100 on running social media ads on Facebook and Instagram, and the result of spending that $100 has yielded you 10 email addresses who have come to your site to subscribe to your mailing list. That's the cost to you of $10 per email address. When they arrive on your landing page, you could easily sell them something incredibly valuable, something that doesn't really cost much to sell and helps wipe out that cost for 10, 15, 20 bucks, and essentially recoup the cost of that social media. So do this perpetually, and you'll be able to build a mailing list of hundreds to thousands of new prospective buyers and customers. You basically take that money and you throw it right back into social media. You get the customers, you take the money, you throw it right back into social media. So you're never really spending any money. It's just circulating and you're building your customer list. And you can do this very, very quickly. I've done it. Your only job once you have them in the door is to email them periodically about your products and services, which we lead in the mentorship. So they buy from you, hire you, and spend money with you. The more people you acquire in your email list doing this, the more customers you have to sell to. So you've just opened up your door wide open for all of your shoppers or clients to come pouring in without any cost to you whatsoever. And at that point, it's your job to show them the goods. So that's why you need your website, your products, your services. Everything needs to be clear. They need to know where to go. It can't look like just a pizza pie with like a navigation menu that you can't understand. It's your job to make sure you have everything in place. So now you can sell all of these people who come in and subscribe to your website on your mailing list, your products and your services and anything else that you are basically focused on for your business. So do you guys see so far how social media ads don't need to cost you anything? You can actually even make money on them, because if I'm paying $10 per new subscriber who comes into Entrepreneur and I'm selling them something for $19, I'm already making money. I'm already doubling that. No, it's not like, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I'm still making $10 on every customer that, yes, you want to go over that $10 again, please? Yes, no problem. Okay, so when you're running ads on social media, there's something that's called a cost per lead. So, okay, how do they subscribe? On your website. So you run an ad on social media. That's how most of you found me, from an ad that ran on social media. You have your website set up so that your ad on social media links through to your website landing page to subscribe. It's exactly how you guys found me. I ran ads on social media. You came in and you signed up for my masterclass. When you're running the ads on social media, you will get an average cost. You'll learn after you spend $100 testing ads or so, how much it will cost you for every person who comes into your website. So in our case, it costs me, I'm giving you exact numbers, it costs me $10 for every person who comes to my landing page and subscribes and signs up for my masterclass. $10. When that person subscribes, they're immediately landing on another page that offers them my list of 100 things to build your business to. And that list only sells for $19, only $19. So right there, if 50% of the people who subscribed buy my $19 list of 100 things, I've broken even completely. So I haven't spent a dime on social media. If 100%, and it's never 100%, but let's just say for the purpose of this conversation, if 100% of those people come in and buy my book for $19, my list of 100 things, I've just doubled my money. So I didn't just cover the costs of my social media at $10 per. I'm selling something that's almost $20 per. So I've just covered the costs of my social media and I've made the same amount of money. I've made 100% return on that $19 item. And this is great because it enables you to just constantly build your mailing list. This is how you build a customer base. So you can really just keep taking that money, putting it back into social media, keep running your ads, keep driving them to your website to subscribe, sell them something inexpensive, take the money and the proceeds you earn from that, put it back into social media. And it is a perfect 360-degree pool for you to be building your mailing list and your customer list. Once they're in, it's your job to sell to them, right? And we'll teach you everything about how to do that in the mentorship program, but this is how it works. It's very, very simple. So when I say it's not costing you anything, you're not out of pocket, but you do have to spend money. So if you're spending $500 on ads, then you're going to drive those people to your website and sell them something that costs $500, right? Like not $500 for one thing, but you're going to recoup that $500 and maybe make $1,000 back because you're selling them something that costs $19 or, whatever, double the prices of your cost per lead on social media. Do you guys follow? Does that make sense so far? All right, so I'm going to keep going because we're already at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I know you need to learn how to create the ads for Instagram and Facebook, but that's something we will learn how to do and lead in the Entrepreneur Masterclass mentorship. We actually run all of your social media campaigns for you and help you figure out all of this jazz. There are also weekly EM social media bootcamp Zoom sessions that you can participate in with me and my head of social media, Baraka, who leads all of our social media, manages all of the social media for me and all of our clients across the board. And, it usually takes us a couple of days or so to figure out what your cost per lead is, and then you're in business. So social media management is actually not one of those things I like to say is easy. So if you guys have tried doing it, it's just not. We use something called Facebook Ads Manager, and it's super, super complicated. Like even for me, and I've been doing this for decades, Facebook Ads Manager, sometimes I feel like they intentionally do it because if you don't pay attention to everything, they make more money. Mark Zuckerberg knows that if you skip a step or you don't understand something, they keep it deliberate, intentionally complicated so that you've just spent an extra $50 by accident. So it is complicated, which is why we have a team in-house that runs all of our social media ads. I know that I'm much more effective as a founder of a business making money in other ways, but part of the Entrepreneur Masterclass mentorship is that we'll guide you and explain how it works for you, what you need to do, what you need to not do. And the best part is that you get it all done for you. So if I select you as a candidate, I'll make recommendations for marketing from a marketing perspective, which I've been doing for my entire life. And then, Baraka and I will discuss it, make recommendations to run your social media ads. And you'll be generating traffic and new prospective customers in really just a matter of weeks. That's how quickly it moves. Stressing again, complete your guest profiles. Social media marketing, if you were to hire somebody to do this effectively, is expensive. It's 10, 12 grand per month easily. It's a $10,000 proposition at the least, usually 12 or more. It's not cheap, but it's something that I want to lead you in if you're selected as a part of the Entrepreneur Masterclass mentorship program. So let's do a quick recap for existing business owners of what you need: a new website, affiliate partners, social media marketing, expensive. And I have to tell you, I don't really feel great hawking all these prices and telling you how much we sell stuff for. I'm really just pointing out it's overwhelming to do all this yourself. You could go out and hire 17 different people to do this and be completely disconnected and nobody knows what's happening with each other and spend a ton of money, not get very far and still wind up with that terrible pizza mobile experience that's not generating any money for you. Or you can do it thoughtfully and the right way. So let's recap what you need for a new business, what new business owners need and existing business owners need. We're going to just recap everything that we've talked about so far. So you have your idea, it's free, maybe the bootcamp, the website, the affiliate partners, existing businesses, a new website, affiliate partners, social media marketing. There's a lot that goes into this, and most of you have no idea like how to even build a website or code or do anything. So we want to make this as seamless for you as possible. Does this make sense so far for everyone? I'm going to do a little Austin check-in. How are we doing so far before I tell you about the membership?
Doing pretty good. Looks like a lot of people are excited about it. Yeah, we're doing very good. Yeah.
Before we move on and I tell you about the Entrepreneur Masterclass membership, I want to take a step back and revisit some of your answers to the guest profiles that you completed, some of you completed when you signed up for this masterclass. So hang tight. I'd also like to share some interesting stats with you about some of the questions we asked, just so you know what kind of company you're keeping in this masterclass. So we asked in the next slide, Austin, how many of you own a business already? Most of you don't own a business yet. 62% of you don't own a business yet, but you desperately want to start a business. Close to 40% of you already own businesses. We asked you what kind of businesses you'd like to create or have. And 49%, close to 50% of you said you wanted to sell a product, 22% said a service, and then close to 30% was other. Then we asked you what field of business you'd like to be in or you're already in. 30% said not sure yet, which makes sense because you don't have businesses yet. 13% said health and wellness. 12% said fashion. 9% travel. 7% professional. 6% coaching. I always find this really interesting, right? It's cool to see what other people, where they're at. You feel like you're the odd man out. You don't have a business. You're overwhelmed, but really there are a lot of people here who are just like you. We asked how much money you'd like to make on a monthly basis. Now, I'd like you to pay special attention to this question because you can see from other people's beliefs about money. You can see what other people's beliefs are about money in this question and answer. So we asked, how much money do you want to make on a monthly basis? 27% said the sky's the limit. 27%. 22% said 20,000. 17% said 10,000 per month. 14% 50,000. 9% 5,000. 4% 1,000. All right. This one I find just absolutely mind-blowing. I asked you guys a very simple question, and I need to know, why didn't you all choose the sky's the limit? I gave you a multiple choice question and I said, how much money do you want to make per month? How much money do you want to make per month? And some of you stuck to $5,000 per month. Some of you stuck to $1,000 per month. Only 27% of you selected the sky's the limit, right? So we need to look at our beliefs about what we're capable of. Sometimes it's really easy to go, oh, you know what? I'm really like, $5,000 makes sense for me. That's something that I'm capable of doing. No, $10,000 makes sense for you. $20,000 makes sense for you. $50,000, $100,000 makes sense for you. You know what makes sense for you? The sky's the limit. And this is why, I know that you answer these questions like, how things are today and what your current circumstances are. But do you see that we're uncovering hidden beliefs that you have about how much money you deserve to make on a monthly basis? We're uncovering the limitations that you've created for yourselves. So like, why wouldn't you just all pick sky's the limit? I'm going to put it in front of you and go, sky's the limit. That needs to be your answer from now on. Whether you stay in this class or you talk to anyone else, your answer should always be the sky's the limit. All right, moving on to the next question. We asked how much money you would feel comfortable investing in yourself to achieve the greatest level of success. Lisa, if you're still here, this one is for you. Survey says under $500 at 15%, under $1,000, 50%, under $5,000, 20%, under 10%, and under 25%. Now, the question wasn't how much money would you spend? It was how much money would you invest in yourself to achieve the greatest level of success? So this is, again, like part of the mindset, like, oh, I'm going to spend money. I'm going to spend money. No, you're going to invest money in yourself to be one of those people out there, like we talked about early on in class, who's one of those people who makes money and is really successful. And so it's going to require you to believe in yourself, to believe that you can have sky's the limit. So if I said to you, you're going to learn how to build a business where you can work from home or anywhere, where you can make hundreds to thousands on a monthly basis and have for your retirement until the day you die, your answer is still under $500. Again, we're identifying hidden patterns of belief around money here. At what point are you worth the investment in yourself? If you could make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month and up. Let's take a closer look at this. Okay, so here we have a slide. If you're investing $500, is it worth it if you're making $1,000 per month? If you're investing $1,000, does it make sense at $1,000 per month? If you're investing $5,000 in yourself, does it make sense if you're making $1,000 per month? Well, you break even in 5 months, right? $10,000. If you're making $1,000 per month, it's a slower, recoup, but you're still recovering your investment in yourself. So would you invest in yourself if you could make $10,000 per month? So we already talked about affiliate programming. And if you have one affiliate who's driving 100 people to your website and they're paying $200 each, you're making $20,000, just to put things in perspective. So now we're saying, would you invest in yourself if you could make $10,000 per month? The answers are all yes. Would you invest in any of these amounts if you could generate this kind of monthly income? Would you invest $500 if you could make $10,000 per month? No brainer. $1,000 if you can make $10,000 per month, $5,000 if you can make $10,000 per month, $10,000 if you can make $10,000 per month. The answer is yes. You're not investing in me. You're not investing in anyone else. You're investing in yourself as a woman to be able to support yourself, to have money land in your bank account on a monthly basis, to build a business that you can depend upon to support your family, to pay for yourself, to treat yourself, to take care of your family, take care of your loved ones, pay your bills without worrying, not wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like what, how amazing would that be? And this is not like some, dream out of thin air. I've done this. Other people have done this. I've done this for hundreds of people. There are millions of people out there who are doing it. So right now, the only person standing in the way between where you are today and where you could be is you. So let's move on to the next question. We asked you what your age range is. So if any of you feel like, oh, I'm too old, I can't do this, this is where everybody fares. Okay. Actually, only 7% of our respondents were between 30 and 40. Everyone else is 40, over 50, and over 60 fairly evenly. So you can see. And we asked what the most important things are for you to learn in Entrepreneur Masterclass. And this is what you said. 30% of you said you want to learn everything. Great. 15% of you said having confidence. 14% of you said building a website. 14% said marketing. 9% getting customers. 5% finding investors. So that tells me that you guys are all really early stage. You want to figure out how to get customers. You need to get all of your digital assets in place, your website, your messaging, your marketing, your social media. You got to bake that cake. You get that cake ready and cooked, and then you can move on to the investor phase and really finding investors and even building a business that's worth millions of dollars. Now, I know you can't wrap your heads around that just yet, so I'm not going to overwhelm you with that stuff. We're going to save that for later in another class, but those things are possible. And I help people get from this point to this point every single day. Every single day, there are people doing this. So why shouldn't you be one of those people? Next question. How often do you think about starting your own business or growing your old one? We'll zip through some of these other questions. 50% always, 40% often, 40% always. So everybody's thinking about building something, but nobody's actually doing it. How often do you feel like you wish you made more money and had financial freedom? 77% of you, almost 80% of you said you wished you made more money. So how are you going to do that? Is it going to be from working for somebody else all day, every day, or are you going to build something for yourselves? The next question we asked is, how often do you look at other people who've achieved success and wonder what they have that's enabled them to succeed? 44% said always, 42% said often, 10% said sometimes. So mostly you guys are all looking at other people going, how do I do this? Next question, how often do I pray, meditate, and wish for life to change? 54% said always, 30% said often. So you guys want change. You're ready for change. It explains why you're all here, right? How often do you get to travel, enjoy self-care, and do the things that bring you joy? 35% said rarely, 29% said sometimes, 15% said never. So you guys aren't happy. You don't have joy. You don't have money. You're working for other people. There's not enough money. So how long is this going to continue for? Or are you going to make the change for life to be different and build something for yourself? How often do you feel confident about your ability to achieve anything you put your mind to? This is amazing to me. 40% said often, 32% said always. So 72% of you believe that you have the ability to put your mind to something and get it done. Only 20% of you said, 19% of you said sometimes, and 9% of you said rarely. So most of you believe that you can actually get shit done. So what's holding you back is the question. How often do you dream about building your business, one that brings you joy and financial security? 52% of you said always, 39% of you said often, 9% of you said sometimes. Okay, ladies, I need to take a deep breath. So basically, you're just women who want better lives. You want to make money for yourselves. You don't really get to take care of yourselves, treat yourselves, or have joy as much as you'd like or at all. You really, really, really want to make money, build your businesses, and have financial security. I totally get it. You are outright scared to invest in yourselves because you look at it like you're spending money. And most of you don't realize that the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit for all of you. But you're all really committed to changing your lives and believe that when you do put your minds to something, you can do it. So that makes me happy, and that's really great news. So what will it take for you to build your businesses to retire with? I've just demonstrated that you don't need money, you don't need experience. It doesn't matter what your age or circumstances, because if you're selected as this month as one of the 10 candidates that I'm going to mentor, I'm going to give you all of the tools that you need to build your business to retire with. The Idea Bootcamp, the website, the affiliate partners, the social media marketing, all of it for a period of 3 months. This Entrepreneur Masterclass mentorship is a full 3 months and starts individually with each entrepreneur. That's when the clock starts. So here's what it looks like for new business owners. Just as a recap, new business owners, Lisa, if you're still here, an idea, which is free, the bootcamp, the website, the affiliate partners, expensive. Existing business owners, new website, like we mentioned, affiliate partners, social media marketing, expensive. Nobody's charging you this kind of money to do this. So here's what the schedule looks like for either new or existing business owners. The Idea Bootcamp typically lasts for 1 to 2 weeks. New website typically takes at most 2 weeks. The affiliate marketing takes about 1 month to get everything in place. Social media, a month at most. And if you're thinking, how do I become one of these 10 candidates I start mentoring this month? I'll answer that. But before I dive into that, I want to share some really quick inspiration with you, some examples of people who started with nothing. They started with nothing, just an idea, and created something, some business idea out of a need or out of an idea that just came to their heads. So here are a few examples of what you're capable of. Remember, sky's the limit. All of these women were you once too, where they had nothing, or they just didn't have enough money, or they didn't feel confident enough. But these women all did it. Let's start with Sarah Blakely. I think a lot of us know who she is. She makes us feel slimmer in Spanx. Spanx is an undergarment company started by Sarah, who today has a net worth of $1 billion. Do you know what Sarah was doing before she started Spanx? I'll tell you. She was selling fax machines door to door. That's right, in Florida, didn't go to a fancy college, was born and raised, was in Florida selling fax machines door to door in the heat. And now she's the founder of a multi-billion-dollar company. They told her that she needed to wear pantyhose while on the job. I mean, who even wears pantyhose or says pantyhose anymore? She hated the way that she looked in them. So one day while she was getting ready for a party, she decided she was going to cut off the legs, just like that. cut off the legs of her pantyhose, and just wear the control top part under her skirt because she didn't like the way that they looked with open toe shoes. And voila, her one little idea turned into a not million, but billion-dollar idea. Sarah was a door-to-door girl selling fax machines in Florida without a fancy education or much work experience. And now she has a net worth of $1 billion. Now, if you're saying, I can't do that, you are your biggest obstacle because you can do this. Let's talk about Sheila Marcello. Sheila is a woman who started a company called care.com, been around forever. She started it out of an idea that she got because she was at home caring for her father who had suffered a heart attack and she needed help. Sheila sold her business for $500 million in cash, all from her one business idea. Then there's founder Emily Weiss. Emily Weiss founded a company called Glossier. Maybe some of you are familiar with it. It's a beauty company that sells beauty products online. Emily started it as a blog that she had, and today the company is worth $2 billion, and Emily is retired from her $2 billion idea. I started my own business with a laptop computer and a mobile phone. I started sending out emails to friends with information on the latest restaurant openings, the latest hotel openings, where to have a cocktail, what beauty products were coming out. I first launched it in New York and then started to get calls from brands like Ralph Lauren and Sephora asking me if they could advertise with me. Of course, I said, after a few months, I was making about $10,000 to $20,000 to $30,000, $40,000 per month. Then I started doing the same thing in Los Angeles and San Francisco, and then launched somehow 15 cities around the world. I had 1 million readers before I could blink and sold my company in a 7-figure, multi-million-dollar bidding war. And I had no experience whatsoever. In fact, I had no idea what I was doing at the time. I just kept growing it and growing it. I definitely didn't have any money. I definitely had no job experience doing what I was doing as a lifestyle publication, selling to luxury clients. I was totally unemployed before I started it. But since I've sold it, I've developed several companies just like this. Now, clearly, I could go on and on with examples of women who built multi-million and billion-dollar companies from their one little idea. Reason I'm sharing these examples with you is because you could be one of these women. This could be you if you make the decision that you want it to be. But first, we need to start building your new business or growing your existing business. We need to start off here. We need to start with the recipe I shared with you today, the idea, the website, the affiliates, the social media marketing. That's how you start building a business or grow a new business. We need to start with that. Learning how to make money every month while you sleep. So, do we have any questions so far? I'm going to do an Austin check-in really quickly.
We have a couple of questions about like the difference between websites like Wix and Squarespace and Shopify and what you all are doing, but I think we can hold that to the end because it's a good question.
Sure, I'm happy to answer. I have lots of answers around those platforms. Any other questions that we want to answer, or should we save them until the end?
We'll save them to the end.
Okay. So why do I want to do this after years of building successful businesses is a question I get all the time. And honestly, the truth is, I just want to see you succeed as women. I've been in this space for decades, and it hasn't always been easy for me as a woman. I have lots of stories to tell, which I will. I've had my share of experiences, which I'll save for one-on-one time, but I want to be your biggest supporter. And if I can help 10 women every month launch new businesses, I'm good. It's just good juju. And I'm taking my lifetime of experience helping other people have success. Yes, I could continue running Perpetual Labs, and I have several businesses that I operate. I don't really need to do this. I want to do this. I want to see you build confidence, have confidence, grow, recognize that the sky's the limit. And I'm giving you the recipe. That's where I'm at this stage of my life. I want to see you succeed. And if we work together, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you get there. Now, it doesn't matter if you have experience at all. Sarah Blakely can go from selling fax machines door to door to building a multi-billion-dollar company out of control top pantyhose. You can start to build your own business from your one little idea right now and make money from home. If you have a business idea, just an idea, or an existing business and want to turn it into a reliable money-making business, I will help you. I want to see you have confidence in yourself, in your business. I want to see you succeed. I've read your guest profiles and I'm going to help you, but you're going to have to want it. And you're going to have to take a leap of faith. Otherwise, no helping on my part is going to make a difference. If you're selected, I'm not running your business for you indefinitely. I'm not running your business at all. You are. I'm just showing you how to do it. I'm helping you for 3 months, giving you access to myself, my entire team of experts. I have over 50 people that I tap into, and I'm going to help you and teach you how to build your business to retire with. Most of the women that I work with start making money, very quickly within the first month or so. After that, the 3 months, you always have me as your mentor. And if you have needs that arise, we can choose to talk about how we want to extend a relationship. But, I basically am here to help you flap your business bird wings and set you free into the sky. After 3 months, you should be in business and making money. And that's where almost all of my founders are after that 3-month period. They're making money on their own, from their own recipes, from their own businesses, because they've been given the recipe. All right. So question, how do you become a selected member? One of the 10 people I mentor in Entrepreneur Masterclass. Step 1, you need to complete the guest profile. Here's the link again for you that we're going to drop. Austin, if you can drop that in again, make sure you have that profile completed. Step 2, you need to select a time on my calendar for a one-on-one call with me. Here's the link to schedule a call with me, at which time I will have reviewed your guest profile. So if you can drop that in the chat, that would be great. And then I know you guys want to know what the costs are of this, because obviously that's the golden question. What are the costs? That's what you need to know and be clear on. So if you're selected as one of the 10 candidates for the mentorship with me, it's a cost. And before you hang up the phone, listen through. There are 2 different ways we can work together. If you work with me on a one-on-one basis, it's a cost of $10,000 for 3 months, not per month, but a total of 3 months. And if you need to pay in 3 monthly installments, that's an option as well. I totally get what it's like not to have $10,000 to spend. I get it. This is not you spending money. This is an investment in yourself so that you hit your 2nd or 3rd or 4th months making $10,000 every month and then more. This is an investment in yourself. Remember, I was a panicked girl who got fired from a job, but I also know what it's like to go from having nothing to making millions of dollars and having that in the bank, which is the point of this mentorship. And it's what I'm going to teach you how to achieve for yourself. Step 3, that says number 1, sorry, that should say number 3. If you are 100% sure at this time that you want me to consider you as one of my 10 candidates this month, and I mean 100% sure, then I'm going to include a link for you to secure a position for yourself. Now, it will require a $3,000 deposit. It's just a deposit, and it's not a guarantee that you'll be selected as one of the 10. Securing your position now really just lets me know that you want to be at the top of my list and that you're really taking this seriously for consideration. It puts you ahead of people who come in after you. And if for whatever reason we talk and I don't think I can help you really achieve your goals, you get that $3,000 right back. I don't need to hold on to it if I'm not mentoring you. We're going to drop that link in the secure my position link in the chat right now. Austin, if you could put that in there, great. Thank you. Just as a side note that this class will air as a replay for people who couldn't attend in the next day or so, and the 10 positions will be without a doubt completely full. So if this works for you, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. There are only 10 positions here, and this class will be completely full in the next couple of days or so. And that's just usually how it goes. No skin off my back if it's not something that you want to do. Okay, so what if you don't get selected as one of the 10 candidates I mentor this month, or you can't afford the $10,000 investment in yourself? as much as I'd like to work with so many of you on a one-on-one basis, I just can't. It's not, efficient. It's not scalable. It's why I only take 10 candidates who I believe I have the ability to build businesses with in a big way. But if you don't get selected as one of the 10 and you can't foot the bill for the $10,000 right now, which I understand, if you can't do that in 3 monthly installments or, all at once, you can join the Entrepreneur Masterclass Mentorship Circle. So this is a circle. It's a community of founders who can participate with group coaching with me and my team on a weekly basis. So each week we meet for 4 one-hour Zoom classes for the same 3-month period. If you can't make the Zoom classes, they are recorded, so you can listen to them at a later time, and they're viewable. And this is what we focus on. And there's a lot of Q&A. There's a lot of back and forth between us in these classes. This is me teaching you how to do the same thing in a community environment. You don't necessarily get me one-on-one as much as you do in the mentorship program, but you're in a community with people asking questions and you get to learn a lot. And I still can teach you how to launch your own website, do affiliate marketing, do all of these things on your own. It's just a smaller capacity in a group setting, and we don't generally take too many people in this in the circle, just because if we've got like 50 people in a class and everyone's asking questions, we basically get nowhere fast. So on Mondays, it's website development, where we teach you how to do this on your own. I'll show you how to do it. I'll do an actual website on Zoom with you and show you exactly how to do it. By the end of the class, you will have the bones of your website developed. Tuesdays, we do email marketing, where we teach you how to do this yourself as well. So you get people who come into your website and you need to communicate with them. Wednesdays, we do social media marketing. Again, we teach you how to do this yourself. Same thing that we discussed before: running the ads, figuring out what your cost per lead is, getting them into your website, taking that money and putting it right back into social media. Thursdays, we focus on money: how to sell, how to price, and how to make the most amount of money every month. We focus on how, because this is why we do this, right? We're not doing this because we just have nothing better to do. We're all doing this so that we can make money. And so Thursdays, we focus on money to take you right into the weekend. So you can think about not how you're losing money every day, not how you're spending money every day, not how, all of your bills coming in. You're actually pivoting and you're focused on how much money you're going to make, how much money is coming in the door. All right. So you actually learn everything that I teach in the mentorship program, but it's taught in a group environment. You get to ask questions in the class, share experiences, and get guidance. You learn how to do everything yourself with our guidance. It's a combination of sometimes myself and my team members teaching the class. Participation in these classes is $2,500 for a 3-month period. And you will still be putting all of the same things together with our team, except you're doing it. So it's polishing off your idea, building your website, identifying affiliate partners, running your social media ads, both organic and paid. There are only 20 positions for the circle. As like I said, I don't like to have too many people in them. And the fee is $2,500 for the 3-month period. These spots always go super quickly, as a side note, because they're priced at a lesser expensive price. They're not $10,000. If this is something that you're interested in, you can secure your position using the link that Austin will drop in the chat. So Austin, if you can please drop that in for everyone as a part of the Entrepreneur Masterclass Mentorship Circle, that would be great. We're running a little bit over time, but we're almost done. So just a quick recap of how you can join Entrepreneur Masterclass. Submit yourself as a candidate to be one of my 10 businesses that I mentor, regardless of whether or not you are a business already or you're just starting out as a new founder. 3 months for $10,000 by taking the steps we discussed before. Or you can join the Entrepreneur Masterclass Circle for a fee of $2,500, which is only open to 20 candidates, where you'll learn the same things that we learn in the one-on-one mentorship program, except you're doing it in a group setting with me and other team members, and you're surrounding yourself with other people. You can do that by submitting yourself using the link shared before. So both the one-on-one mentorship program and the circle membership also give you access to the new website delivered within 2 weeks, the affiliate partnerships curated within 2 to 3 weeks, the new social media ads running, access to the weekly bootcamp sessions for the duration of the 3 months, access to our private Telegram and Facebook communities to ask questions and tap into us, access to curated video content to help support you and your journey. And if you opt into these, if you want them, daily text messages from me for the first month with tips for you on building and growing your business. So ladies, it's time to get out of your comfort zones, time to leave your obstacles behind you. It's time to realize that you really can do anything you put your minds to. We're women and we have the capability of so many great things. Leave your old story behind. It's your old story. We're starting your new story right now. And I am ready to help you, but you have to really want it. I don't care if you don't have experience. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what life has thrown in your way until now. I will help you, but you need to show me that you want it. I'm going to share some of your comments from the guest profiles before we dive into a final Q&A, and Austin shares some testimonials. Here's some things that you guys said in your guest profiles. I've spent most of my life doing for others. I've raised my 6 children, 2 with medical problems without much help from my husband. Now it's time to care for myself. I work 40 hours a week at a thankless job and one that is below my abilities. I want to have the freedom and time to enjoy my life. I've been very lucky and thankful to have my family. I want to have more time with them. I have run businesses before, but for somebody else. So I think it's my turn. Amen. Next comment, been living paycheck to paycheck my entire life. I'm ready for a change. I want a better future for my grandkids. My husband and myself both work at a hospital and retirement looks dim. We want a better future so we can take a vacation if we want one. Been married 18 years, congratulations, and didn't even get a honeymoon. So ready for change. Amen. I totally hear you. And it is time for change. Next, I am divorced and at this stage of my life starting over, but I'm very committed to making it work for me. I've always wanted to launch my own business, but for some reason never was able to fully get on my feet. It's time now, and I know things will work out for the better. I love it. That's great optimism, and that's what you need for the sky's the limit. Next one, I'm a single mom, recently remarried, freelance writer, and just launched my own website and blog all about food, dining out, and drinks. My short-term goal is affiliate marketing, and long-term is to sell products on my site. I've got the content, but I need an audience. That's where we're at. I want to share one special guest with you tonight, whom I spoke with earlier this week, Lona Cavalier, who I'm not pronouncing your last name correctly, but she got into a car accident today and she still managed to make it on this Zoom call. So I'm so impressed, but you have an incredible story. So I thought I would invite you on just to share your story with everyone in this masterclass.
Hello, everybody. Sunday, Palm Sunday. Boy, I tell you, God does not want me yet. This is my second, actually third car accident, 2 this week. I did get into a car accident years and years ago. I'm in Chicagoland. I'm a fitness trainer. I teach weight training, aerobics, Pilates, yoga, boxing, cycling, TRX suspended weight training invented by the Navy SEALs. Most recently, aerial yoga, silks hanging from the ceiling and flying upside down like a bat, and de-stressing, decompressing the spine. Been in fitness for over 25 years, been struggling also paycheck to paycheck, looking for a dynamic person to help me with the struggle of bringing my magic of fitness, nutrition, and holistic healing online. I think I have found this angel person. And yes, today I was in a crazy car accident. We were going straight on a busy street and this guy came out in front of us and then stopped and we T-boned him. Airbags deployed. Thank God we're okay. The last car accident I was in, I was hit by a semi. I was in the left-hand lane, semi in the middle lane, forced me into the cement median in the middle of the highway. Right side of my face crushed. L4 vertebrae crushed, left wrist broken. I tell you, God does not want me yet. I have very exciting, dynamic things hidden in the vault of my chest that are waiting to be exploded out to help superhumans live better lives and reach people here, near, and far all over the world. My new ideas are just buried inside my soul, and I have the passion to uplift, encourage, and inspire people all over the world, here in the US and internationally. I am from Czechoslovakia. I was born in the Czech Republic. I speak, read, and write Czech, and I am ready for the checks to come in the mail.
I really appreciate you taking the time. So she is one of those founders who totally amazing. It's like half of her face is made of metal right now after car accidents. She's like a cat with 9 lives and she won't go down. And she's still here on this planet to help other people improve their lives through yoga and healing and all these other things. And we're going to be building her entire platform out. She's one of my 10 candidates this month, whom I'm going to be working with, basically taking her brand. She has no website presence whatsoever. And we're going to be taking all the things that we talked about in the magic recipe so that she can drive her car and start making money on a monthly basis. Thank you for joining us and sharing your story. And before we go, I'm going to ask Austin if you can share some of the testimonials, and then we'll open this up to a quick Q&A for everyone before we sign off. I know we're running over time.
Sure. Just a few more testimonies for everyone. And as we're wrapping this up, everyone, please head on over to the chat. Those links are in the chat, right? So if you haven't done your guest registration, go ahead and get that done. That's there. If you're interested in circle registration for April, make it happen. The link is there. If you need to update your guest profile, the link is also there, and we'll drop that again before we close out today. Here's a few just really amazing testimonials that we got from a few folks from around the country. This one's from Stephanie from Brooklyn. She says, easily one of the best investments in myself. Don't hesitate for a second. It's truly amazing how much I've learned from this program. It really has changed my life, and I'm making more money than I ever thought I could. Thank you, Julie. So happy I did this, and you walked me through every step of the way. So that's one from Stephanie. Stephanie was one of the early adopters. She got in quickly and got it done. Here's one from Caroline. I've already booked hundreds of appointments and made thousands of dollars just within the first few weeks of going live. I'm not sure how I'd even existed with my business before joining Entrepreneur. And I've learned so much. And even my husband is impressed because I'm already making more money than him from home. Now he's keeping looking over my shoulder to see what he can learn. And that's from Caroline from Atlanta. And then we've got one from Sam from New York. I really can't thank Julie enough for all that she's taught me in such a short period of time. I would have easily had to hire countless people to do what I've learned. This is really incredible, and my life will never be the same again. And then I'll read one more from Tabitha out of Seattle. I was thinking about launching my own business online for the past few years, and this finally gave me the courage to do it. There aren't any hidden fees, and I really was surprised how quickly I got my business up and running and how I could, in fact, do it on a shoestring budget. Highly recommend. So those are some of the really amazing sort of feedbacks that we got from some of the folks who've gone through the program, who are in the program. Just some really tremendous gems that you'll be walking away if you decide to join that program today.
Thank you, Austin. Much appreciated. So we have time just for a few questions if anyone has them. Otherwise, if I don't see any questions in the chat, I'm just going to say thank you for joining us today. I'm really glad that you took the time. You have all the links that you need. If you're interested in signing up to be one of the 10 candidates for this month for the mentorship program one-on-one with me, or if you are interested in becoming a part of the Entrepreneur Masterclass Circle, where we're doing the same thing in a group setting, both for the 3-month period, you have those links. So reserve your position if that's something you're interested in. Again, if not, I hope that you learned something out of this class. And that you're able to take away from it at least the very notion that the sky is the limit all the time. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your day and your weekends.
It's kind of hard to try to get people to see where you're at and where you're going.